righty, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through on this, the 1st of February. This is normally shopping day. Shopping day, first Saturday of the month. It's normally me and one poor guy and you on the stream with me. But I'm glad to see so many of you here on this morning. Saving money rather than spending money is a good thing to do in our current economic climate. So I congratulate you for that. But we're going to spend the next couple of minutes, about 40 or so, talking about DuePoint. That's where you're at this morning. For those of you who've tuned in on the stream, apologies for being a few minutes late. We had a big training session this morning that I'm running between things. But we're going to spend about 45 minutes getting you up to speed with what we do here at DuePoint. We're very energized by what we do. We're excited about what we've created. And I'm hoping that by the end of this session, you're going to be feeling the same way with what we have done here. To start with, though, DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. It's important for you to note. Firstly, DuePoint is not new. It's just the first time you've heard of us. Okay, it makes you new, not us new. Constantia is a 7-decade-old public licensed and listed insurance company. We're not an intermediary, we're not a UMA, we're not a brokerage. We are one of the few licensed and listed insurance companies in the country today. We are not from overseas. This is a local homegrown company. That's again important for you to know. Why? Because we all carry the stigma of what's this new thing that's blown in from overseas. And there's always a new one. They come and do presentations at Gallagher Estate or down in Durban or wherever, and the next minute all your money is walking out the door. You've been to them. You know them. That's not what or who we are. This is a homegrown South African regulated and listed and licensed life and short-term insurance company. About 5 years ago, we formed the DuePoint division. The DuePoint division was formed out of a very specific need that we had identified. Even half a decade ago, we realized our economy was spiraling down to a state of out of control, chaos, crisis. Back then, when we spoke to people, they were still full of hope. Sadly, we have, as South Africans, lost hope in the last 5 years about our economic future. And so 5 years ago, when we brought the DuePoint tool to them, they would say, no, we're fine. We're going to be fine. Unfortunately, we weren't. We were already not fine 5 years ago. And now, late last year, our president got up, you can go and see his speech on YouTube, and he said South Africa is in financial crisis. We have 5 state-owned entities that will, in the next 10 years, bankrupt our country. When our country is bankrupt, ladies and gentlemen, we are bankrupt. This is a crisis, and there isn't a solution. The economists are telling us that even if we were to turn around our problems tomorrow, it would take 3 generations before the economy turned back around. That means you ain't going to make it. 3 generations is 75 years. In fact, we had one of the leading minds in South Africa on our stage, and and this was about 2 years ago, said 70 years to turn the South African economy around. 70. That means we don't get to live in a time when our economy is booming. We only get to live in a time when we are in crisis. What does crisis mean for us? It means you can't control your income. This is even if you're employed, ladies and gentlemen. If you're employed, go and ask your boss tomorrow for a raise. Go and see what he says. Your chances of being retrenched in the next couple of months is astronomically high. If you've been reading the newspaper since the beginning of January, you'll see that most of the major corporations in South Africa are downsizing. Why are they downsizing? Because our economy has been shrinking for 5 years. There is no point in expansion when our economy is shrinking. All the major franchise businesses, Edgar's, Edcon, they're all reducing the number of stores and have no plans for expansion because there is no economy to expand into. It means that you are standing currently in the unemployment queue. You just haven't reached the front yet. But the queue is moving. This is a reality for all of us in South Africa. And as South Africans, we always want to run from it. But what we've seen more recently is that people have stopped running. They've started to realize, yes, we are in crisis. Those with money have started to leave. 34 people in my son's standard left the country last year. That's one standard in one school in our country. 34 people left. Because they realized we're in crisis and it's not coming right. 5 years ago, we knew this. 5 years ago, we saw it coming. And so if we were going to remain a sustainable business in a shrinking economy, we had to create a solution for this crisis. And that is exactly what we did. We created what we call the DuePoint system. It is not like something you've seen before. Do not label us one of these other things. We're not that. You're not going to be selling anything here at DuePoint. You're not going to be carrying stock around in your boot and filling your garages with it. You're not going to be doing presentations, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to have braais at your house and then herd everyone into the lounge afterwards. None of that is what we are. We are a technology company. We brought in the latest technology. We put it on your phones and we said we want you to do one thing for us. We want you just to connect South Africans to us through that technology. By connecting South Africans to us, you allow us to get greater market share. Greater market share gives greater revenue to us, and that puts us in a position where we're able to create recurring income for you. We call it wealth. Why do we call it wealth? Because everything else you've done up until now has not been wealth. Your job has not created wealth for you. It's created cash in transit. You get paid once a month, and then your money transits out of your house, doesn't it? It's there it's where everybody is today. Remember I told you, 1st of February, everyone's been paid. They're out transiting the money out of their houses, paying shops, buying things, and the money goes. Then, if you don't return to your job, do they pay you next month? Nope. So it is not recurring income, ladies and gentlemen. People are like, no, I've got recurring income. I've got a stable job. I'm like, yes, until you're retrenched. The day you are retrenched is the day your income stops. That's not recurring income. We have created here wealth, recurring income. Recurring income, ladies and gentlemen, is money that's there every single month, no matter what is happening to you in that month. This is important to think about clearly. There are going to be months when you are sick. There are going to be months when you can't work. Maybe you're on holiday. Maybe you're overworked in your traditional jobs. In those months, our income that we have created here for you flows into your account. It is not determined by your circumstances. How did we create that? Well, our financial services products, which is what we use here, all run on automatic debit order systems. Every month, no matter what you're doing, our debit orders raise. And when they raise and the payments are made, your income flows in. This is freedom. You see, the part of the definition of wealth is freedom. When you have a job, you are not free. You are not free because you cannot do what you want. You have to be there in the morning. You have to work all the hours they demand. And if you stop at any point, your income is gone. Here, you're able to use our technology to connect people, create an income, and then no matter what you do, that income continues to flow in. You're not running back to beg your friends to buy again every month. You're not doing presentations and all of that sort of jazz. No, you're just connecting people and creating this flow of income for yourself. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we built this system in South Africa. It's built by South Africans for South Africans. So we know all of your issues already. We know them. I say issues because they are the cultural issues. What is one of the famous cultural issues of being a South African? Even overseas people know this. What do you say when you say, somebody comes in and says, hi, how are you? What is your response? No, your response is never okay. That's what we used to do 30 years ago. Now our response is, yes, I'm so busy and I'm so tired and I don't have any time. Okay, if you don't say that, you're a foreigner. All South Africans say that. I come to people, I spoke to a friend of mine this week who's in absolute financial crisis, called me for money. And he's in crisis. I said, I've got the tool to help you fix your problem. He said, I don't have time. And so I then said, oh, well, that's interesting. So you've got time to continue getting poorer, but you don't have time to turn yourself around. It's a very interesting, I'm not being facetious. You think I'm being facetious, but I'm not. People will come to me. I've had unemployed people in this auditorium and watching the live stream say to me, Brendan, this is great, but I don't have time. They're unemployed. I'm like, what the hell are you spending your time on? No, it's just an excuse that we make. Ladies and gentlemen, here at DuePoint, you're going to have to make some decisions. We have, however, built the system around your circumstances. We know you're busy. We know that you don't like selling. We know that you don't know people. We know all the excuses you can think of this morning. We know them all. What we did was, why do we know them? Because we had them ourselves. We had them. This didn't come from China or America or Russia or wherever, where they have very different excuses. We had them ourselves when we built the system. So we built the system around it. Using technology, it doesn't matter what your circumstances are. It doesn't matter what personality you have. It doesn't matter what problems you have. Our technology has been designed to work for you. It leverages your ability and time to create income 24 hours a day for you. Nothing you tell me this morning will be valid. The technology will work in your circumstances to create income. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to put into the technology and have already layers of protection that you didn't have before. If we're going to live in a failing economy, if we're going to live in an economy that's dangerous, physically dangerous for us, we need protections. Already, at no cost to you, by being a wealth engineer, you get a lawyer 24 hours a day, anywhere in the country, 365 days a year at the end of your phone. Once you've got our app on your phone, you simply click the dial button and you have a lawyer at the end of your phone, 24 hours a day. It's just one of the free services that we give you as a wealth engineer here. How many of you can have the comfort of knowing you've got somebody to defend you 24 hours a day in our economy? That's what you get at no cost here at DuePoint. We don't charge you for the use of our system either. This whole DuePoint system doesn't cost you anything. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you automatically get everything. The people, the technology, the presentations, our encounters around the country, free training, everything is yours at no cost. Everywhere else you've been to, including those ones that you had, Gallagher Estate, what did they ask you for? You've got to buy the starter kit. You've got to pay the starter fee. You've got to pay the monthly fee. You've got to sign contracts that say you can't stop paying for the next 12 months, etc., etc., etc. None of that exists at DuePoint. Today, you become a wealth engineer without paying a cent today. This is not a financial risk decision. It is a financial decision, though. It's a decision about changing your financial position into the future. We're not going to ask you to sell, ladies and gentlemen, anything. In fact, we're going to contract you out of selling. How awesome is that? I'm going to tell you you're not allowed to sell in our system, which means that you're not advisors, you're not brokers, you're not intermediaries, you're not representatives, you're not advisors. You're none of these things. You're just somebody who knows how to click your smartphone. I know how you do it. I've been watching some of you doing it while I'm talking. You know how to do it. That's what we're going to ask you how to do. And that means that everybody in South Africa, everybody, no matter your education or experience, can be a wealth engineer and can be building an asset with us. What's an asset? It's a stream of income every month, and it's something that outlives you. The channel of income you will create during your lifetime will automatically be transferred to your children when you pass away one day. That means you've created intergenerational wealth in your family. What are you doing today that will benefit your children when you pass away? What are you doing? I've been challenging people this week. January 2020 is finished already. I've only just arrived back and January's gone. You know, the time is no longer something that we have as a commodity. It's now a luxury. It just vanishes before our very eyes. I don't know if you're surprised. I'm surprised it's February today. I'm horrified it's February already. Okay, we're going to blink, it's going to be 2021. Time is something that vanishes. Are we, in 2020, going to continue to do the things that make us poor? What is making you poor at the moment? I can hazard a guess, your job. You think, no, the job is keeping me from poverty. No, it's not. Every year you get poorer as an employee in South Africa. You have to make the decision to change that direction. And this is the only tool in the country that'll do it. That's a factual statement. I'm not marketing DuePoint. There isn't another way of turning the corner in your economy outside of DuePoint today. And not only does it turn the corner for you, it turns it for the generations that come after you, because it's not a single generation tool. It's an intergenerational tool that we have created here. It is a tool that asks you to click your phone and connect people. As you connect people to us, they too see what you're seeing this morning. They get the technology and they start connecting people. And as this happens, your channel or your platform of distribution starts to form. This has happened thousands of times already. This is not a new business, ladies and gentlemen. We have been doing this for nearly half a decade now. We have individuals who've proven already platforms cover the entire country when there is enough time and effort put into them. We come along then as the insurance company and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel. Not you. No selling, no presentations. We do it. And your wealth is born. We then distribute that wealth to you in two ways. The first is through our returns program. For every product that's paid in your channel every month, we pay you £27.50 multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment took place. So you're going to go out, you're going to connect a few people. These folk are going to take products, pay for them, and when they do, you're going to get £27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. So for a connection on your phone, I just want to think about how many times you tap your phone in a month. Imagine if every time you tapped your phone, you got 55 Rand. People have said to me before, no, this thing at Gallagher Estate told me I was going to get tens of thousands of rands. I go, yeah. Here you just tap your phone, and every time you do, potentially, you can get 55 Rand. That's what we do. For every connection you make with us, you create for yourself a stream of 55 Rands. You're not going to run back to this person every month and beg them to buy again. The system runs on automatic debit orders. Every month that debit order will flow. Every month your 55 Rand will come in. That is the power you now have in your phone to create wealth. These individuals will go out and do the same thing. They will connect people, and when they do, you get £27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand every month that they pay for their products. We have a whole host of products here, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to take just one. Many people take 2, 3, 4, 5 products. And for every product, you get 55 Rand. That means that guy there might be worth 110 Rand for you. That guy there might be worth 165 Rand, and so on and so on. You now have control back of your income. That thing that you didn't have at work, you now have back in our system. Look at this example. It's just an example. You've connected a handful of people, you're making 1,000 Rand a month. 1,000 Rand a month. Handful of connections. That's 12,000 Rand a year, ladies and gentlemen. What are you going to do this year that's going to make you an extra 12,000 Rand a year? Have you got a hobby that makes you money? Because you don't quit your job to do DuePoint. That's ridiculous. Nobody quits their job. This is a tool you're going to do on top of your job. You got something that's going to bring in 12 grand a month. Well, 12 grand a year. Well, 12 grand a year for some people is not enough. I've had people, I earn 155,000 Rand a month. I'm like, yes, until next month when they fire you, and then you earn how much? Naught. Don't tell me how much you're earning now. That's irrelevant. In the next 10 years, the economists tell us there will be almost 0 jobs left in South Africa. Everyone will be, like in Zimbabwe, self-employed. Okay? That's a reality we have to accept. And here you've got a tool to get ahead of that curve. 10 years from now, what does your channel look like? If you put 2 ingredients in, you succeed at DuePoint. One is you keep connecting people, and 2 is you do it over time. Not time as in I'm doing 80 hours this week and never again. No, time as in years. This is what differentiates DuePoint from every other presentation you've ever seen. All the other presentations told you were going to be rich in 30 days or 90 days or 6 months, didn't they? They showed you people, they have one guy. It's always the same guy. He's on stage, drives in his Ferrari, climbs out, his wife's got the Gucci bags, shows you pictures of the holiday he's been on, and he says, I can make you like this in 90 days. Any of you get there? No, because no one gets rich in 90 days. No one gets rich in 90 days. It doesn't matter what you think or what you want. It's just not a reality. But if you're willing to put connections and time in, here at DuePoint, we do not limit your earnings. You can create any level of wealth you want. We can replace your 155,000 Rand a month and go well beyond it here at DuePoint. It just takes those 2 ingredients. We use an example to demonstrate this. It's a very simple example. It's built off of data of people that have come through this business over the last 5 years. So it's not me having fun with Excel. This is real data translated into a path of reality for you. The example is very simple. Fits into all your lifestyles. Doesn't matter how busy you are. 3 plus 2, we call it. It says in your first month, you've got to put 3 people in. Now, of course, you can put as many people in as you like. You can put 100 people in if you want. But you're busy, so you only put 3 in. 3 people in your first month and 2 every month thereafter. Just 2. 1 every 15 days. Solid paid individuals. If you can do 2 people a month, what does it look like for you when we apply the maths of our business to it? Well, it says that after 6 months, you should reasonably be on about 2,500 Rand a month. How do we know this? Because of what others have done here. Not because of the fun we're having. Others have done this, where they're putting in 2 to 3 people a month. The math says that after 6 months, they're on 30,000 Rand a year with us. Remember, it's not once off. You don't get the 2,500 Rand just in June. No, it's every month thereafter, and you can build from there. This is the power of the freedom we give you. You connect people only once to us, and you create streams of income. Do it for a year, and the 2.5 becomes 9 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's 120,000 Rand a year. Will you get a 10,000 Rand raise at the end of this year? No. Well, yeah, you can engineer one. You can. Even if you said, yes, well, I generally get 10,000, you can't, it's speculation. You're guessing, you're hoping. Here, you can engineer it. You can actually build it. By the end of this year, it's the 1st of February next year, you could be out shopping with an extra 10 grand in the bank account that you built yourself. And it's not there just for that month, it's every month thereafter. Do it for 2 years. And the 10 generally becomes about 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's 360,000 Rand a year. 360,000 Rand a year puts you in the top third of earners in the country. You've worked on it for 2 years. 2 years. In your careers, after 2 years, were you on 30,000 Rand a month? Taxman tells me only 1/3 of South Africans earn it, which means that 2/3 of South Africans never get there. 2 years, you can engineer it here. What are you doing? 2 connections a month. Nothing fancy, 2 connections a month. Do it for 3 years, it's up to about 40,000 Rand a month. Do it for 4 years, you're looking at about 60,000 Rand a month. Do it for 5 years, and you're about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's 5 years to R1 million a year. Again, we have had people that have come through this whole process. You are not the first ones to do it. We have people that have done it already. It's now a question of what you want. Now, if this is too slow for you, and I get that. Who was talking to me the other day? No, somebody started. Oh, I was talking to, yes, I remember who it was. No, they put a few people in, but it was going too slowly, so they went off and started a restaurant. Now they're completely bankrupt and are coming back. Do you know how the fastest way to lose 5 million Rand is? What's the fastest way to lose 5 million Rand? Start a restaurant. It's the truth. You can ask anybody. Fastest way to lose money. And this poor sod said, no, it's happening too slowly at DuePoint. I want to be rich quickly. There is no rich quickly, folks. If you do, however, connect more than 2 people a month, of course, you speed this process up. Put 4 people in a month, and you're doubling the speed that this goes. Put 10 people in a month, and it's even quicker. We have had people that have been on 30,000 Rand a month in 1 year. 1 year, and they were there. We've had all of the iterations, but it's up to you. You might be busy, so do 2. 5 years, you're on R1 million. Every single year, we put people on our stages here from around the country, showing people how they demonstrated making money with DuePoint. Some earning a little bit, some earning medium amounts, some earning astronomical amounts. We don't hide anything at DuePoint. It's all public knowledge. But what we demonstrate is that you can create anything you want with DuePoint if you're willing to put the effort in. That is the first way we create wealth for you. The second way we create wealth for you is through our XP Rewards program. Our XP Rewards program is our training program. We're going to teach you how to do this. You pay nothing for it, and you get world-class training. We hold your hand. We take you through the process of becoming a wealth engineer with us. As you complete the steps, we give you XP points, experience points. They accumulate, and as they accumulate and your channel grows and you meet those 2 criteria, we rank you up in the training program. As you reach different ranks, we reward you. In the beginning, it's cash because we know you need the cash. As the cash rises, as your ranks rises, we then start to equip you with tools. These tools will accelerate your growth. Starting at rank 5, we give you a full professional business kit. Everything you need to connect South Africans to us. At rank 7, we give you a set of gold-gilded, imported, custom-made business cards. When you give people business cards with real gold on them, not ink, real gold, they see you differently. They pay attention to you. Suddenly, this is not one of these things that was in Gallagher Estate or, now it's the real deal that you see here. We give you that set at rank 7. At rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size at rank 9, that's all. You don't re-qualify here at DuePoint every year. As long as you maintain your channel size every year that you do for the rest of your life, we take you and your family away. 5-star, business class, all expenses paid. No exceptions, no T's and C's. Every year we go somewhere new, And we've been doing it for years. While you've been struggling away, people have been going away on 5-star holidays with us here at DuePoint. Not the same people, different people, and more people every year. And so we're able to show you for real what wealth engineers and their families look like when they commit to a change. Every one of them. I was talking to one of our most successful wealth engineers on Friday, and she said to me, Brendan, when I finally clicked what you were saying, I still had to take a leap of faith. And I've never regretted a day since then. But to get people to take that leap, to say what worked in the past is not working now, and to move to the new is a leap of faith. And when you take that leap of faith, your life starts to look a bit like this. Thanks, Nick. It's January, but that feels like a long time ago. We went, that's a montage of a couple of trips, but we were in Latouzrock in December with our guys. 5-star deluxe. It's absolutely amazing. As Rob says, helicopter flips, underwater trips. It's just amazing. And it's there, available for everybody in South Africa. Those that are willing to start taking some steps away from the old and into the new. In rank 11, we give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded, it's not financed through us, it's not rented from us, and we don't give it to you and take it away. It's yours. It is a tool of yours. And others have come before you and have received the cars. In fact, on Friday, we had a whole audience full of people that had received cars from us. It was great. Rob said, who's got a car from DuePoint? And the whole audience's hands went up. So, folks, you would not be the first. You would be part of the queue of people who are changing their lives. You know what it's like to receive a free car? Can you imagine that sensation on the day you come here and we give you the keys and you drive off with a brand new car and you didn't have to pay a cent for it? Are you willing to keep doing what you're doing? Or are you willing to start making some changes? Folks, we build all of our wealth off the back of our financial services products. I told you in the beginning, we're an insurance company and we're just leveraging what we are. We have a whole host of products you can pick from, starting with our Access Wealth Plan. Our Access Wealth Plan is 334 Rand a month, and for that you get 2 independent products. You get your very own tax-free investment account and 125,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. Our next product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month. For that you get R1 million worth of personal accident cover, no waiting periods, no medical declarations or examinations, and no maximum age limits. Everybody can be covered by DuePoint. Our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It starts at 299 Rand a month, but it's got a whole host of options from that point forward. You can pick between 20,000 or 30,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, 5 family members on with you, 10 family members on with you, and you as the principal policy holder get 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover. This means that when you pass away, not only do we settle the costs of your funeral, but we're going to go and we're going to settle 10,000 Rands worth of your outstanding debt at that point as well. Our fourth product is our Legal Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month. For that, you get 250,000 Rands worth of legal expenses insurance per incident. Now, what this means is that with our Legal Access service, you get a free lawyer on your phone. With our Legal Guard product, you get the lawyer in the room with you to cover you for every kind of legal aspect and emergency and thing that happens to you in your life. And I'm telling you, the list is comprehensive. You can go and look it up. It's absolutely amazing. Included in it is debt counseling and trauma counseling and witness protection. They do the works for less than a meal for 4 at McDonald's. You get all of that here. Our fifth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. Our Wealth Points Buyers Club starts at 299 Rand a month to be a member. As a member, you get access to all of our suppliers as a corporate. We have suppliers across the industry that are then going to give you prices, discounts, vouchers, VIP services, account managers, packages, all sorts of things you couldn't get as an individual. You now get through this program and are able to adjust your personal economy. You're able to increase your earnings with our tool and decrease your expenditure with our products. Folks, every one of our products has a comprehensive review video. Go to our website, go to the YouTube channel, go to our app, and you will be able to watch and learn about every benefit and every term and condition in these videos. They hide nothing. Fully comprehensive so that you know exactly what you're buying and you're able to benefit them to the maximum. Go and watch these videos. Folks, we wrap our entire business in our Achiever Quest. Our Achiever Quest is there to create wealth for you on a monthly basis. It runs in calendar months. It's there all 12 months of the year. And it says that if in any given month you put 10, 20, or 30 people in, we will boost your earnings by an additional 5, 10, or 15,000 Rand. That means in your first month, it's the 1st of February, you've got a whole month ahead of you. In this month, if this is your first month, you can walk away with a minimum of 5,000 Rands worth of earnings if you put 10 people in this month and make sure they pay in the same month. There's no one out there that is doing this for you. No one. If you put 20 people in, we'll give you 10,000 Rand plus returns and rewards at the end of this month. And if you're able to connect one person a day, and make sure they're all paid by the end of the month, we'll put 15 grand plus your returns and rewards into your bank account. We don't work on these funny things like you put money in and you get a number on a computer screen. No, the money goes into your bank account. At the end of this month, you will get the in contact from your bank that says the money's gone in. Is it so difficult to find 10 people and connect them? It's the easiest task in the world. It's easier than any of the jobs you're doing right now. Any job you have is harder than what we ask you to do at DuePoint. Everything about us, ladies and gentlemen, is public. We're publicly listed. Go to the JSC's website. Look us up under Conduit Capital. Go to Constantia's website. Find our financial statements there. Read through them. See that we're a multi-billion Rand insurance company. Find our directors. Get to know them. They're all there. Find our BEE status. Everything you need to know is there. Don't think that we're something we're not. Go to the regulators' websites. Go and see our licenses, long-term, short-term, FSP licenses. You can find them all on the FSCA's website. We have multiples of each of them. This is a regulated, reviewed, audited, and public company that you are dealing with. If you want to become a wealth engineer today, super simple. 4 quick things you're going to do for me. Firstly, you've got to sign up. You've got to go to our website, dewpoint.net, fill in the form. Less than 3 minutes, you're a wealth engineer, not a single cent having passed from your pockets. Gentlemen, this means you don't need your wife's permission. You can do this without going home to talk to your spouse. Why? Because you haven't committed to some kind of financial crisis event like you did at Gallagher Estate when you were there last. All right? This is one that doesn't cost you anything today. Secondly, you need to download our technology, folks. Download our app, go to the Play Store or the App Store, put it on your phone. You now got our tech and you're able to connect people. But you've got to learn how to connect people. I had a big training session this morning with a whole bunch of guys who've been wealth engineers for a while, did not know our technology. Did not know it because they hadn't watched the training videos. The training videos are on your app. Don't ignore me now. If you remember nothing else from this morning, I want you to remember the next few words. When you open your app, top left-hand corner, you push the menu button. Bottom right-hand corner, you push the tools button. Both of those will get you to getting started. Once you've watched the getting started videos, you're able to do that one thing we're going to ask you to do. Connect people. And once you've connected 3 people, you start earning. 3 people. You can do that by lunch today. 3 connections, and you are earning in the DuePoint system. Our entire system is online. Go to YouTube. You'll find our daily broadcasts from Tuesday to Saturday. We broadcast live across the nation. You'll also find all of our previously recorded videos. Nothing is ever hidden. Even this presentation will be on YouTube within 30 minutes after this presentation. Everything is open and public. Go to our Facebook page. You'll find all the social media content that you need. You can share it, tag it, copy, paste it. You don't need to make your own content. We make it for you on a daily basis. If you struggle with data, our podcasts are there, all the critical stuff. You can listen to it in your cars, at home, on your headphones. Everything you need has been done already for you. We even have an online store. Go to our website, DuePoint.net, click store, and you can buy all of our tools. We've got hosts. This is just some of them. Whole pile of tools that you can buy to help connect people to us. Our USB sticks are particularly useful. They have our introduction presentations, training, testimonies on. It means you don't need the internet to connect people to us. You just put it in your TV or your computer at home, and you can connect people to us. Folks, at 11:30 today, we're going to do what we do every Saturday, which is our launch workshop. Our launch workshops are about 35 minutes long, and we teach you how to get started. If you're one of those people who go, well, I don't even know how to get started, great. Come and spend 30 minutes with me at 11:30 today. It'll be broadcast. You can tune in live as well. Make sure you go and lock your doors. Don't let anyone out until 11:30. Come back here at 11:30. Be with me, and we'll have you earning before the end of February. Be here with me. These are critical components in wealth creation success. This is not like what you've seen before. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got questions and concerns about what we've done here, that's completely natural. Come and ask them. We've been doing this long enough now. We know the answers to your questions. Do not have a perception of what we are that is incorrect. Come and get the correct perception. Those of you around the country, if you can't get your answers from your wealth engineer today, call into client service Monday to Friday. We'll answer any questions that you have about our business. Get out there now. Pick up this tool. Take, as the lady said to me yesterday, that leap of faith that changes everything about your future, and pick up this tool. It's not going to cost you today, but it is going to cost you some time and some energy in creating wealth instead of making you poorer every single year. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see everybody at 11:30, and I'll see you guys outside. Thanks.